marvelous makers
and art appreciators
to the ArtSpace podcast,
brought to you by Lemon Street Gallery and ArtSpace.
located at 4601 Sheridan Road.
Pop on in to your favorite citrus-themed art gallery.
Yes.
Or soda on in if you're not a pop person. I know there's a deep
pop
divide between the soda and pop factions. So,
And I am your host, Shelby Nesbitt.
and I'm Jake Hoy.
And it's just us.
It's a silly episode.
It's just us. And it's 50.
50, woo!
50!
Cheering sound effect.
Yeah. We are.
That's how you make crowd noise, right?
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one.
Well, they didn't come through last time anyway.
Oh, they didn't come through.
Never
Oh, damn.
mind.
Well, dang it.
She tried to do a sound effect. but
No.
we haven't figured that out yet. So,
Ugh.
50 episodes.
Woo, woo, woo.
This is number 50.
Yes.
Now, does that include your episode, or does
Yeah.
that start with Jason?
That includes mine.
So Jason's 2.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That qualifies.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure we didn't accidentally record episode 51 and call
No.
it 50.
No, we've done 50. I know on the YouTube I misnumbered one of the graphics once. But no, we're on 50.
Nobody noticed.
Let it slide.
What were we talking about before?
Oh, my initials before we
Oh.
started. Yeah, this is just us, so we're gonna ramble and have fun.
Yeah,
So come
It's going to
on.
be a fun episode.
But
her middle name's Renee.
yes, and it's not spelt like the normal Renee. It's R-E-N or R-E-N apostrophe E.
Oh, so you have a punctuation mark in your name.
Yeah.
How has that been in your life? Has that been a challenge for you?
No, because I don't use my middle name that often.
Okay. Because I could just imagine like filling out like
Forms and
stuff, and where you have like individual spaces for, and you're like, do I put the apostrophe?
Yeah.
Like,
So it has to when I was getting my diploma and everything, they were like officially spelling it. I had a moment, I was like, what direction does the apostrophe go in? Because like they had different ones where they were flipped around, like the point on the inside or at the outside.
like so it's like a comma basically, but you're like,
What-
is it like a J?
Does the big side point left or big
or is
side
it a Q?
point right? But because like they use it for different languages, it changes directions for that.
Interesting.
So I was just like, I had to ask my mom, I'm like, which way does my apostrophe go?
And your mom's like, I
I-
never thought of it.
She's
Whatever,
like-
whatever way you want it to go.
Yeah, is what she told me. And it's like, I
Live
don't
your
care.
dreams.
And I'm like, all right, cool, thanks.
I
Love
guess
you.
it's more common than you think having a punctuation, because there's like
Mhm.
umlauts and accent marks and
Mhm.
like you'd see in the word cafe and that kind of thing.
And I just don't think it's as regular and like American
Right.
names and well,
Yeah,
not American
like my
names, but
name.
being yeah. So
Do you know my middle name?
no, I don't. I'm
Do you want
horrified.
to guess? You wouldn't come up with it.
Oh no.
Oh, do you want? You can if you want.
Sure.
It's kind of a weird name.
It's
It's a
weird-
family name.
It's a weird family name. I don't fuck.
Oh.
I swear.
No, you didn't say the whole word, so we don't have to quack that.
I don't really.
I'm just gonna tell you,
Tell me.
Dennis.
Okay, gotcha.
My dad's first name was Dennis. He was
Jake
a Dennis Jr.
Dennis. Wait. Hmm.
So every time I hear that, I think my mom's yelling at me
Oh, gotcha.
because I don't use my middle
Middle
name
name.
very much either. I don't think
Um,
I think I even prefer not using it. Like
Oh.
when I got my diploma,
Mhm.
they were like, you can put your middle name on, and I'm like, no, I don't want middle name on. Just
Mhm.
Jake Hoy.
Okay.
We've talked
It's
it
just
probably in
bam,
the
bam.
past how
Yeah.
it is. My name is
Yeah.
2 syllables, and I kind of like that. And
Yeah.
when we had recent guest Beth Derry on, I joked on social media somewhere that she was our first fellow member of the 8-letter name club.
Oh yeah.
Well, she has multiple
Oh
syllables.
wait, no, yeah, she's
Derry.
true.
Beth Derry. So she's 3.
Ah,
I'm 2. But she's 4. Each are
same
4
amount of
letters.
letters.
8-letter name club.
But
We're a proud club.
yes,
We have meetings.
small proud club. But yeah, and then so Jake mentioned that before off air was like, oh, so your initials are SRN, and I was like, yeah, I've got a weird story for that. My dad's name is Kenneth Edward Nesmith, So his initials spell out his first
Ken.
name. Yeah.
His name's Ken.
Yeah. So I think my grandparents are pretty sick for doing that if they planned that.
That is very cool.
Yeah. So, woo.
And I joked when I saw your initials were SRN, I said CERN.
CERN.
Like that laboratory in Switzerland where they have the particle accelerator. Have you heard of this?
No.
Well, this was the moment where you're like, wait, we got to start recording. And I
Yeah.
thought you had like a story about CERN or something.
Well, no, not CERN, but I'm going to pop open a bottle
Okay,
of
go
Riesling
ahead.
real
While you
quick.
do that, I'm going to describe what CERN is to the people at home and you because you seemed confused.
Particles.
They have this
They're
giant,
accelerating.
it's like a thing. There's like conspiracy theorists about it. They're trying to find the God particle by slamming
Oh.
molecules into each other.
Yeah.
CERN is spelled CERN. Don't know what it stands for. It's something French or Swiss. You full glass.
Yeah.
She's pouring wine.
Mmm. Riesling. Delicious.
Very good.
And it's funny because this bottle, it says they're celebrating 50 years.
That's why you brought
The
it
company.
in, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. They said they're celebrating 50 years in 2019. And I thought it was very fitting being episode 50.
Yeah.
Having 50 years.
50th anniversary wine and
Mhm.
50th episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Delicious.
we don't know what we're going to talk about today.
Oh, we're going to ramble, and that's fine.
We've already been.
I know. Go for it. I wish I didn't. I wish I could go back in time as I peek the mic real quick. I wish I could go back in time and not have toast for breakfast because I destroyed the roof of my mouth.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, and I've been talking a lot today.
You got to butter it more and it'll soften it.
I know. I was just too eager. I just wanted to eat my meal and go.
I don't have a toaster. Well, we do, but
Okay.
we don't. It's like in the basement somewhere.
Oh,
but
gosh.
I just end up using my air fryer as a toaster.
Oh.
And it doesn't do a great job. It'll either get like too crunchy but not browned at all,
Yeah.
or the opposite.
So you like you're eating stale bread kind
Yeah,
of?
it does okay.
Uh,
And then you gotta flip it
mm,
or try to like stand it up awkwardly in the basket,
yeah.
like lean it against the side or something like that.
Uh,
I should really just dig that toaster out, but I just don't have the counter space.
no, gotcha. Alex and we recently got a toaster.
Okay.
Toaster talk. We had moved in the house for like 2 years, and I'd always just randomly bring up like, we don't have a toaster yet. What are we doing? We've lived 2 years without a toaster. What are we doing? And then we were going toaster shopping, and him.
Was this a
we're-
dedicated trip to go toaster shopping? You're like, hey,
No,
get in the car. We're getting a toaster.
he works at Best Buy, so
Do they sell toasters?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, they sell toasters and
Oh.
most kind of appliances and stuff like that. So they even sell camping gear. This is not a sponsored section for Best Buy.
Does he work at the one in Kenosha?
Yes.
Which is funny because they were like right across from a giant camping store.
yeah,
Why would they need camping gear?
either
don't
way. But either way, so he placed an online order and we were online shopping for a toaster, and we just had a big debate over what we were gonna get, and we finally got this 4-slice toaster.
Ooh.
And but it's set up for counter space, so it's like really thin.
I think I've seen those kinds.
Yeah.
So it's like long and thin.
Yeah, and
That's cool.
it's beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Is it like a smart toaster? Does it have like a
No.
built-in LCD screen or something?
LED
Like that?
LCD?
It's a thing. That's also a thing.
Okay.
But
He's calling right now.
he knows we're talking about him.
Yeah. Do you want me to put him on the podcast?
Do you want to?
Sure.
Can you do that? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Hello, you're on the podcast.
Say hi to everybody at home.
Hi, everyone at home.
We're talking about how we bought a toaster recently.
How's the toaster working out for
Yeah,
you?
I love that toaster. It's so good.
Very, very horizontal.
Like, it's dumb how adult I feel getting so excited over buying a kitchen appliance like that.
Well, awesome. Love you. I will
Love you
see you
too.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, now I don't know if we can call this just us because it wasn't just us.
Oh, it's enough.
just
of
us plus Alex.
This goober.
He can be part of us.
Yeah, he could be part of us. I can't talk today after
That's okay.
just talking a whole bunch, but
Well, that wine's not gonna.
It might slow my brain down enough where I might be able to
Oh,
talk.
there you go.
There we
We'll
go.
find out. Tune in for the second half.
Yes. But this goober, he calls like every single
Every time.
podcast.
You folks at home don't know, but like usually it's between or like you just won't answer. You'll be like, he called while we were talking, we asked question number 3.
Yeah.
And
Well, because I have my Apple Watch, so I'll just
Yeah.
end the call right away on my watch.
one time he called, I forget who the guest was, but like you looked down, they were talking and like you were making eye contact with them, and then you looked down at your watch and they were like, "Oh, am I going on too long? Is this like, do we need to end?" Or they thought you were checking the time.
Yeah, and I'm like, no,
But
it's
you're like,
just
"No,
my dumb
Alex just
partner.
called." He calls every
not
time.
dumb, my beautiful,
He's great.
wonderful partner that forgets that we have a podcast.
I'll stand up for Alex.
Okay,
I'm
good.
Team
I
Alex.
will too.
Good. We're all on the same team.
We're all Team Alex. He's a goober. You love him. You know him.
I love toast, but I never make it.
Really?
Yeah, I used to. I used to always make cinnamon toast,
Ooh.
where you would like get a blend of cinnamon and sugar in like a shaker thing, and then butter it up, and then add the cinnamon
Sprinkle it
sugar on top.
Yeah.
That was my.
That was the go-to breakfast when you were. It's like a single mother trying to hold down a household, and it's like, here's your breakfast, cinnamon sugar toast, cinnamon toast crunch.
But now I'm
Wow.
too lazy. I probably would just have plain butter.
I don't want to break out the sugar and the cinnamon.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I'll just have French toast then.
Yeah.
At that point,
Yeah.
Might as
What is
well.
French toast? It's like eggs,
yeah, it's eggs and it's pan fried.
pan fried.
Yeah.
That used to be what I'd get. I grew up. Is this too personal?
No, go for it. I don't care.
I grew up near.
I just had my Alex on the phone.
I grew up near Southport School. For folks in Kenosha, will know 75th Street area near the railroad tracks, and right near there was a restaurant on Sheridan Road and 75th Street, which I believe more recently was called Miraz.
Oh, yeah.
Miraz. But back then it was called Stars and Stripes. And this will probably date me, so you'll be able to tell how
That's fine.
old I am. But because it was probably something before that too, I just don't know.
I actually lived around there too.
Really?
Yeah, weird.
That's where I grew up.
11th Ave. I lived right
I
by
lived
the.
on 10th Ave.
What? Weirdly
Which
enough.
side of 75th?
It was 10th. It was the one, like literally we'd look out of our house and it's just the railroad
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah.
So that was 11th.
Like between St. Mark's. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
went to
yeah.
St. Mark's.
Oh, gotcha.
And I would walk home sometimes.
Yeah.
I
so-
probably walked past your house because I
Weird.
lived over by Southport.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, that was back. I lived there when I was only in high school though. So
Oh, maybe I was gone already
yeah.
because I moved out when I was 11. So 2001.
hmm
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
It was close. But yeah, that was
That
that's
is
where I grew
weird.
up. So anyways, I would go to
Yeah.
Stars and Stripes,
Yes.
and that I would always get French toast.
Gotcha.
And to my knowledge, I can't 100% vouch for this, but to my
Mhm.
knowledge, that was like the only place I'd ever get French toast at. I never like asked for it at home.
Mhm.
I never like would be like, oh, we're at a different breakfast place. Let's get French toast.
Mhm.
I only would get it there.
Okay.
And
Just something
yeah.
about it.
I don't know.
Said
It must have been good.
I actually hate French toast.
Oh,
Yeah, controversial.
I feel like I don't like it as much now.
I don't like it because well, I mean, it depends how it's made. Sometimes it's very eggy.
Oh yeah, too eggy can really ruin a French toast.
I hate it, and so I don't take my chances on a French toast.
Mhm.
I play it safe and get a waffle or something.
Yeah. Waffle, what's your opinion, waffle versus pancake?
I like waffle
I would go waffle.
because it's just that crunch.
Can't put a pancake in the toaster, but you can put a waffle in the toaster if it's like an Eggo.
I was about to say, Eggo might have made pancakes you could do that with.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess. It's probably too floppy. I like that nice crunch on,
Oh, yeah.
on the wall.
Yeah, get it nice and crispy. And then it's just got pockets for syrup.
Mm-hmm.
What
It's
could
very
go wrong?
efficient.
Mm-hmm.
The working man's breakfast.
Yes.
Waffle.
The grab and go.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Poptarts versus
Toaster strudel?
toaster strudel? That's what I'm going.
Pop-Tart all the way. I don't got time to squirt icing onto something.
Yeah.
I don't even heat up my Pop-Tarts. I just shovel them in my face as I'm driving to work.
I think I agree with you. I think I
Yeah.
would go Team Pop-Tart. I do value a toaster strudel,
Mhm.
but
Toaster strudel feels more childhood, but my current life could not fit a toaster strudel.
Other way around for me. Pop-Tart is childhood for me. I grew
Oh.
up on Pop-Tarts, the cinnamon sugar
Mhm.
Pop-Tarts. And I had a very special technique for eating them. I also would not heat them up.
Yeah.
Though they are good heated up. But
I just don't got the time.
I would nibble like the bread edges off first.
I used to do that.
I'd try to break them off in as big of a chunks as possible.
Yes.
And then you go for the part in
Best
the middle
bite
where
in
the
the
filling
middle.
is and the icing.
Yes.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. What is your favorite flavor of Pop-Tart?
I have to go cinnamon sugar just because that's like 90% of what I ate.
Mhm.
And I didn't really like chocolate flavored stuff that much growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, when's the last time you've had a Pop-Tart?
Probably within the last 5 years.
Okay. I've had one within the last year.
Okay.
You
got me beat.
Yeah. Well, I'm just letting you know because my favorite Pop-Tart is the Eggo. They have Eggo flavored Pop-Tarts.
Eggo is a brand.
Well, like Eggo waffle
Okay.
Pop-Tarts.
It's like a co-branded sponsor,
Yes. Yeah.
partnership that they got.
They're owned probably by the same company.
Probably.
Like General Mills or something. But I love them because like I don't know, they're mapley and they're a different texture of the Pop-Tart.
I feel like I've never seen this Pop-Tart.
Well,
this might be a newer Pop-Tart.
It is a newer Pop-Tart.
Okay.
I like the Eggo ones because it feels like I'm eating a waffle without having to deal with the syrup and the madness.
Sounds great.
Yes.
I'm sure I would like it. But
well, awesome.
I have no experience with that variety.
Yeah. Who do you? I wonder who invented the McGriddle and who manufactured having the syrup in the waffle part of the or the pancakey part of the McGriddle.
Yeah, I want to say it's like a very technical process to do it, but they probably just pour it on there, like just drizzle it on there.
True.
It'll soak in.
But it's just like that idea of just taking the syrup and just be like, no, it's not drippy.
I feel like I have a vivid memory of when that came out, when the McGriddle was introduced.
Oh, really?
And being just like, it's a pancake, like, but it's a sandwich. This is too far. They've gone too far. You know?
Stop it right now.
And now it just seems normal because
gotcha.
like you got like KFC releasing their double down sandwich, which is just 2 like chicken fillets.
Yeah, and the height
fried,
of that.
And then just slap some condiments and bacon in between. And it's like
I remember those coming out and just being like, what are they doing over there?
That's just like now that's too far.
Yeah.
And then you look at the McGriddle and you're like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. And then you get nacho fries now from Taco Bell.
Yeah, Taco Bell has fries.
They're going, I swear, these fast food chains, consumerism.
They're trying to do like a birria thing now. I'm sure
Okay.
I'm butchering that term, but like that was like a very trendy thing with Mexican food in the last like 2 years, 3 years was birria. Birria.
Birria? I don't know.
It's like a type of Mexican cuisine.
Yeah, you dip it in
dip
like
in like a
it's
consomme
like the
kind of thing.
Italian dip of the Mexican food.
You mean the French dip?
Or French dip, not Italian.
Other European.
Yeah, sorry. It's the French dip of the taco cuisine.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and now like I think Taco Bell has that. But they're not calling it birria taco. They're calling it the dipping taco because like I think they think like people don't know what that birria
well, they want to
means.
separate it too because that's
true. And if they call it that, then people will be like, that's not authentic. That's not real.
Yeah, that's cat food.
Yeah. A lot of hate for Taco Bell, but I love Taco Bell.
I know. Sometimes when you I usually gotta be drunk to crave it, but hey, whatever.
I do not have to be. At the drop of a hat.
Yeah. Those Cinnabon Delights, though.
I never order those.
You need, as I smacked Mike, you need to try one. At least get the 2-pack.
I might have tried one, but I don't have a vivid memory of it.
Oh my god. It's life changing.
It's like
Change your life.
It's like a little donut hole kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's got cream in the inside.
Oh, okay. I thought you had to dip it.
No. It's all in one bite, and
That's
it's
handy.
just like delicious.
My go-to order, Taco Bell,
Yes.
is a cheesy gordita crunch. It's one of my favorite
Me too.
menu items.
Oh my gosh, I love a gordita. And then I always try and get the Cinnabon Delights. And then sometimes I'm just in the mood for a simple quesadilla too.
I almost
Those
never
are
order
good.
that one. It's funny. Another one that I would never order was Mexican pizza.
Oh.
And they brought it back recently, and it was like a whole big thing.
Yeah.
And I ordered it just because I felt like I had to, and I didn't like it.
It's back.
I didn't like it.
That was weirdly attached to my childhood, because Dad being divorced parents and everything, whenever we'd go to church, afterwards, sometimes we'd just swing by Taco Bell, and he's like, "Hey kid, you want to get a Mexican pizza?" And it's like, "Sure, Dad." And so that was kind of a weird, like, after church
Mexican pizza.
tradition is we'd get a Mexican pizza afterward.
Like, you had to order that? Like, he wouldn't let you get something else if you wanted to?
It's like he just knew that I liked it, so that's the only thing that he would order. Like,
Oh, so he was just like anticipating you were wanting that.
yeah, but he never let me like explore the menu. There is a fruit fly that is just
This whole time, I swear, it came out right when we first started recording. There's been this little fruit fly buzzing. It must like the wine.
yeah.
But he's been in my face the last, like, and I'm trying to grab at it silently, failing. Anyways.
He's doing interpretive dance over here.
But-
So yeah.
No, I didn't like the Mexican pizza. And I have no nostalgia for it because I never had it. I didn't really go to Taco Bell much growing up. It was like something I started doing myself in my teens. My grandma would always pick my cousin and I up from school, and we would like drive home on 60th Street, and she lived near like where the Walmart used to be, which is now just like a U-Haul building.
Gotcha.
There was like a ton of restaurants. There was like every fast food restaurant you could imagine. And we'd like let us like pick which one we wanted. And I feel like such like a little fat kid thinking about it. But and we would even like we'd like have a disagreement. Like, I want McDonald's, I want Burger King, and then she would like go to both and be like, "What do you want from this one? What do you want from the next one?"
Yeah, just put in the effort to split it up.
We were very spoiled.
Oh, and you're along with a fellow fat kid. I went to freaking Taco Bell after church every single day. Well, not every single day, every single weekend, pretty much.
Okay.
So you're in good company with that. And then in the morning, we'd always go to Dunkin' Donuts before church. My dad being an usher, we would have to open the church and everything. And,
would you have to bring the donuts and
oh
coffee?
My gosh. Yeah, he'd get a box of donuts, but then we'd eat the donut beforehand before we got into church. And he'd have to have his black coffee, and occasionally I'd get like just a milk, and he would pour some of his coffee into my milk, because I'd just be like, Dad, I want your I want coffee. I want to be an adult.
You want to seem adult.
Yeah, so he'd put just like a couple drops of coffee in there.
What'd you think? Did you like it?
I couldn't pretty much taste it. It was just.
But you thought you were drinking coffee.
I was like, yes, I'm an adult.
And every week it would be a little more, and eventually, years later, you're drinking coffee.
Oh, yes. But so we'd do that Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. Gosh, Mom, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. This is how my dad fed me.
Did she not know?
I don't know if she knew, but
boy.
Yeah. My dad doesn't have a good track record of feeding me well, but hey, we're not going to get into that. But so we do Dunkin' Donuts in the morning and then have Taco Bell for lunch. So that was my every other weekend.
I have never been to Dunkin' Donuts.
What?
As far as I know. If I went before, like, I was cognizant, that's possible.
Just a little baby Jake rolling into a Dunkin' Donuts.
I don't know why. I'm not a fan of like places that are primarily beverage based. That may be a hot take. Sorry for the Dunkin' stands out there.
But they're donuts.
Yeah, donuts. But like, I think of it as a coffee place. I think of it like along the same lines as a Starbucks.
But okay.
Am I wrong?
Done some fighting words.
Okay, let's go. Let me have it.
Yeah. A donut.
Well, yeah, the donuts. But like, I don't know. And here, well, so when this was happening, you weren't here in Kenosha, right? You were. Yeah,
I was in Indiana. My dad, he still lives out in Indiana.
I have very vivid memories growing up in Kenosha of being taken to Paelli's and getting fantastic donuts. Mm-hmm. So I would never in a million years, no offense to the owners, there's a couple of Dunkins here in town now, but I would go to a Paelli's if I wanted a donut. I'm not going to go to that place over there.
A little different because we've got where my dad lives and everything. to get to like the nearest McDonald's, it's like 30 minutes out. Like things are just, it's farmland and spread.
Yeah.
So you don't really have like the mom and pop shops available.
Sure.
So it was just like always a go-to. I mean, if you went in deep into town and everything, but like, yeah, it was
That
a little
makes sense.
different. So
I'm not trying to shame you.
and now
for
I
that.
understand the perspective of why you're saying I would never, because paellis exist.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's more. I also don't go to Starbucks. Like,
Oh, yeah.
well, I was never a big coffee drinker,
Mhm.
like until college, basically,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, so I just never got into the Starbucks thing. Like, I still don't go to Starbucks. Like,
My dad started me young, as you can hear.
Yeah. but like, I love coffee. I drink coffee
Oh.
all the time, but I just make it myself because I just like black coffee. I don't like stuff in my coffee.
Oh, yeah, you keep it simple. You're just,
Yeah, coffee.
Caffeinate me.
I like an iced coffee.
Mhm. We were talking about
Coffee
this at the art
We
market.
were.
We both are on the same page of like, we both want an iced coffee black.
Just coffee and
ice.
ice. And probably a lot of ice because you're going to pour it in. It's going to be hot and it's going to melt a lot of that ice.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to order a iced coffee and then you hand me a cup that had ice in it until it all melted. And now
Yeah.
it's just coffee that's not even all
Like,
the
give
way
me
cold
the
yet.
base of an iced coffee where you add sugar and
Yeah.
all that other stuff, but don't put it in
No
there.
milk, no sugar.
Just cooled down regular black coffee.
I just want to be able to chug it.
Yes. And it'd be funny. I'd go to a diner with my mom and she'd order hot coffee, and I didn't want to be a convenience, so I'll drink it usually there. And she's just sipping away right as it's poured. She likes it like boiling hot.
Oh my God. I don't understand that at all.
I don't either. And so I'm just sitting there waiting, and like she's already getting a refill, and then she tells like the waitress, she's like, she's weird and she likes it cold. And I was just like, yeah, I do. Shut up. Like, I don't want to burn my mouth.
It's
Love you, Mom.
crazy to me. Like, yeah, that's another reason I didn't always like Starbucks was because it would come out so hot. Because I'm ordering black coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
I think like they expect you to put stuff in it, so
Well,
they
no-
make it extra hot.
Now that they have the invention of the cold brew.
Yeah, I love a cold brew.
Oh, yeah. So you literally roll up to the window and say, hey, give me a Starbucks cold brew.
Yeah.
And you got it.
No, this shows my inexperience with Starbucks because I forgot the possibility.
And
of
there's
cold brew.
cold foam now.
What's that?
So you can get flavored foam on the top.
I don't want that. I don't want flavors. I just want it to taste like coffee.
Okay. Well,
But sorry, I
yeah.
don't want to shame anybody who's into the flavors.
Yes. I went, speaking of coffees, I went to Mocha Lisa today.
Today,
Yeah.
that's
I
you're becoming your favorite coffee place in Racine quickly.
Yes, very, very quickly and very swiftly. So being in Racine, when we moved there and the end of the pandemic, we couldn't really, well, it's not really the end, but we don't need to get into that. But end of lockdown and everything, we'll say it that way. We really couldn't explore Racine, and we just got kind of transplanted into this new place that we couldn't really explore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I waited for 2021 to kind of pass before I explored. And then in 2022, I found Mocha Lisa and just fell in love. It's so cozy. They got a little fish tank. They've got art all around. But yeah, they make a mean coffee, and I just love it. So
Sounds good.
I sat there for a couple hours, did some work, and yeah, that's like my new office.
Oh man, see, I envy that aesthetic. Like, I like the idea of going to a coffee shop and doing work and stuff like that. I've never done it. I've
It's
never
nice.
been able to.
I feel very focused because like I can't dilly dally because I'm in public.
Yeah.
And socially, it's just like I can't sit there and just scroll on social
Right.
media. Like I have to do something. And if I'm not doing something, I just look dumb sitting there.
I mean, if it works.
Yeah, on
hey.
social media. It's a weird motivator being publicly seen like that. Just I'm gonna sit in a public place and work. So
I always pictured going to Common Grounds. Well, I guess Common Grounds isn't there anymore, but
yeah.
Anna's on the Lake, those kind of places, and just reading a book or something like that. And I want to do that, but I've never done that. And I'm kind of coming to terms with the fact that
Why
maybe I am not what I want to be.
Oh no.
That sounds sad.
Yeah, don't
I
say
didn't
it
mean
like
that to be sad when I started that.
Just, you know,
sentence.
it's a thing in your brain, but it's not something you would execute in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to like Common Grounds a bunch. I actually haven't been to Anna's on the Lake since
I haven't either.
I got to get there. But we used to go in high school to Common Grounds. I was in German in high school. I was in the German club, and we had this like little study group that would meet there on certain nights of the week. I think it was just like Thursdays or something like that. And it was called Rumgespräch.
Ooh.
And that's just my memory. I may be totally wrong. That may not even be a German word, but I think it kind of meant like round table or something like that.
Okay.
Something like that. And it would be kind of just like the intention was like we're supposed to go there and speak German. It's like studying in its own right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would hang out, and this was before I drank coffee. So I would always get the blueberry smoothie with foam on top. And in my memory, it didn't come with foam. You had to ask for it.
Oh.
That may not be true.
Gotcha.
The Common Ground fans out there may be disputing me, but I always remember like going out of my way to order the whipped cream.
Give me a thick layer of foam.
And then, but then I would not. Well, okay. How would you drink a beverage like that, like a blueberry smoothie with whipped cream on the top? Would you just drink it as is and let come what may? Yeah, okay, straw. But you're just drinking the smoothie first, like. So the cream is just like falling down.
No, first I would lightly mix in the cream on top with the straw and mix it in and kind of like lightly incorporate it, if that makes sense.
Just lightly?
Yeah, just lightly.
Oh, I'm 100% incorporating.
You're just like, give me a martini shaker. Come on, I'm just going to shake this myself.
I am stirring like a madman. I'm taking the little dome thing off so I can get more range of movement to incorporate this whipped cream.
Okay.
At this point, they should have just added cream to the mix as they were making a smoothie.
You should have just been, hey, layer it, pour a little of the smoothie, then a layer of cream.
I was far too shy to request some sort of personal service like that. I just let come what may.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I didn't know if I was the weirdo for mixing it up, but you do mix it a little bit.
Yeah, I'd lightly incorporate it, but
you're leaving some of that cream still sitting on top.
Yeah, I'm not striving for like a complete color integration here.
I'm going full homogeneous mixture.
Becomes one.
Yeah, it's just a shade of light purple.
Gotcha.
A lilac, if you will.
Gotcha.
How do you pronounce that word I just said?
Lilac.
You say lilac.
Yeah.
I've had this discussion with my ex-girlfriend.
Gotcha.
She hates that I say lilac.
Lock.
And I might be wrong, but that's just how I
say lilac.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Megan would say you're right.
Okay.
Because You've been scolded for lilac.
Whatever. I mean, do whatever. But to help with the coffee shop thing, I don't know if you want to tackle it. Sometimes it helps to go with some friends or something first.
That might be the problem. I do not have them.
Oh. I'll go out to coffee with you, Jake.
I didn't mean it like that.
But it's just getting, because I used to have really bad social anxiety, and kind of wearing it down, those walls that you kind of put up, just wearing it down with a friend and then going by yourself for the first time, it's huge. It feels like, oh my gosh, everyone's looking at me. I'm by myself. Yeah. But if you look around the room, there's several other people are by themselves too. So it's just like, no one cares. No one cares when, I don't know if this snapped in my brain recently, but no one cares what you look like. Yeah. No one cares about you. As weird and crappy as it sounds, if you're in a room, no one's going to be like, oh, wow, just her pants are just so ugly. Like, no one cares. No one's going to remember your pants or how your hair was. They're focused on
their life, what they got going on.
That just snapped for me recently.
I think that's a moment of maturity in most people's life where they kind of have that realization, and it's a big moment.
I'm just a background character.
yeah. And it's freeing in a way.
Yes. I've been going through that recently, and been very empowering.
I used to be very, and I kind of am still, but like self-conscious about going to a restaurant by yourself.
I've never been to a restaurant. Yeah. I've been to a cafe.
Yeah,
kind of style.
Those kind of things are okay, but like a sit down dinner, like an Italian restaurant or something.
Yeah, no.
That's hard.
That's hard.
Yeah. I would say that's probably like the boss level of the independent going out.
Yeah.
Like easier would be like going to a movie by yourself.
Yeah,
I would
'cause
think, because like it's a dark room and people aren't judging most of the time that you're
they're
there.
not gonna see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah. But I think the hardest is like going to like dinner.
by yourself.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. I
Oh, yeah.
envy people that do that. Like
Mhm.
I want to go there. I want to be there.
My mom's been divorced for a little bit, and
Mhm.
she's been able to do that recently.
Yeah.
I applaud her.
Yeah.
She's very much in that stage of just like, I'm free.
Mhm.
You can't tell me nothing.
Mhm.
And she's really like kind of reclaiming her life from that. And I'm very proud of her. So love you, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
go.
Yes. So
But there's this sushi restaurant that opened up near where I live,
Mhm.
and I've not been able to go yet. And I
what
want
was
to.
it?
Sushi Bay on Green Bay Road.
We should go together at least.
We could,
I
but
go
this
all the
defeats my
time.
purpose of like I
know.
want to get to the point where I can do this, and I
Okay.
was there before,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I lost it.
Oh no.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's what I'm aiming
But
for.
it's just so nice, the conveyor belt sushi.
Yeah, I
It's
want to
just so
try it.
nice.
I got a coupon in the mail for them. the
We're
other day.
cooping. Got a coupon.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But here's my thought process with this coupon. I'm like, okay, everybody probably got this in the mail, or at least people nearby.
yeah.
And like, so if I go like this weekend, like it's gonna be just lousy with people. It's gonna be packed. I'm gonna
Mhm.
get the, not the pick of the litter
Mhm.
for items off of the conveyor belt.
Hey, it's all fresh.
So I'm like, I gotta wait a couple weeks. I want to go. So
You're trying to rationalize it.
I can't go right now, but I will soon.
Uh-huh.
I did the same thing with Oriental Inn
Mhm.
over here. Probably my favorite Chinese place in town.
Mhm.
They announced that they're gonna be
Closing.
they're not really
Like-
closing, but they're like for sale.
Selling the
So
business.
like the
yeah.
end is in sight, so to speak.
Mhm.
And like I'm like, oh, I gotta go before they change ownership or whatever.
Mhm.
But I can't go now because everybody's gonna go because they just announced the news. And I think I was right in that respect. It was probably really busy for a couple weeks. But I just went last weekend.
Good.
Got takeout, and it
Mhm.
wasn't too crowded, but food
Alright.
was great.
Well, hey, ring us up anytime, Sushi Bay. John and I go John goes all the time. So we go to Sushi Bay.
I think I'd be too intimidated to go with John.
No.
It's intimidating.
No. Not when sushi's present.
No?
No.
Is that what breaks him down?
Yes, sushi. Yes.
Raw fish.
Yes, raw fish.
What's your opinion on sushi? Are you all in, like I'll eat anything, or
No.
do you have like, no, I won't do this?
I only eat cooked.
Only eat cooked.
Yes, only eat cooked. I just don't like the texture of raw. To me, it just feels, I don't know, like too mushy to me. I don't like it. So they even have a steak sashimi sushi, so they even got steak.
With like cooked steak on top?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's delicious. I dream about it every night. It's beautiful.
I love that raw. Give me that raw.
You want raw fish?
I almost made a reference that I probably shouldn't.
Yeah. I was about to say.
You know what? It's just us. I'm going there.
Go for it.
In the words of ODB, ooh, baby, I like it raw. We might have to cut that.
No, keep it. Keep it.
But that's
He's talking about sushi.
I can't say his name. I can say the first two words, Old Dirty.
Okay.
But he's a member of the Wu-Tang Clan. I'm a
Yep,
big
yep, yep.
fan. Anyways, yeah, he has a song called Ooh Baby, I Like It Raw. And you won't have to go any more into that. But
Raw
I love
sushi.
raw sushi. I like
Raw
the
sushi.
I like a simple, like a tuna roll or a salmon roll.
Mhm.
And I prefer it raw.
Okay.
I just get, I don't know.
You don't like.
I'm not trying to.
Or you-
I do.
You're not gonna.
But
turn
if you
it
give
down.
me a choice of a California roll or just like a basic tuna roll,
Mhm.
I'm picking the tuna
Don't
roll.
roll. Okay.
But I don't like spicy. So I don't go
Ah.
spicy tuna. If you offered me spicy tuna or California, I'll take California.
I see.
And I do like the imitation crab in
Yeah.
the California.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a weird concept. Whoever invented it.
But I also like
Eh?
I haven't like gotten really deep into like the like unagi and those kind of things, which is like sea urchin or I think
Okay.
or whatever.
I think they actually have some there. So
I'm
if
sure.
you want to dive into
and it's the
that.
kind of thing where I know I'd like it.
Mhm.
I don't know that I like it. I probably would,
Mhm.
but it's just a little. I don't know.
What's your feeling on a buffet?
Sushi buffet or just buffet in general?
Kind of, or just a buffet in general.
I love it.
Okay. I I'm gonna get deep and personal.
Okay.
I hate it socially.
Oh.
I hate being a larger person
Mhm.
and being like, oh, I'm at the buffet.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know why.
Like you feel like you're being judged?
Yes, but in that moment, it's just like, oh, I had a plate, and I kind of want like 2 more, and it's just like everyone else is like, oh my gosh, I'm so full, and I'm just like, but I could go for 1 more. So it's a weird social thing to me.
This could be a man-woman thing because
Okay.
I feel like the opposite. I feel like you're encouraged to eat more because you're at the buffet. It's worth it. You got to get your money's worth. Like, I feel like if I'm with a buddy, we'll just say a man, for instance, and he's like, I'm going for that 4th plate. I'm going with
you.
Man, no, I can't. I'm too full, but like, do it, man. Yeah. Heck yeah. So, and this may be a
societal,
like, but I don't know. But
I don't know. I know some girls that could chow down, and I support it. Go off, queen. But I don't know why in those moments it's just like, oh, I'm just a tiny little woman. Let me have just 1 crab ragoon. I'm full. Yeah. So I don't know what it is. If that's just social setting of just like, oh, ew, I don't want to see a woman like pig out and have fun, like whatever. So
yeah, I'm a buffet guy. I don't go to them very often.
I love them at heart. If I went like with just me and my mom or something like that,
yeah, context.
I would chow. No hiding it.
The closest thing to a buffet that I would regularly go to was Who Hot. Do you know Who Hot?
Oh, yeah.
Recently closed. But it's like, would you consider that a buffet?
Kind of.
Because you have to go up and like grab your food, but then they prepare
I've
it
never
for
been
you.
into.
Oh, well,
So,
let me describe
like,
it for you. Then.
okay.
You don't have to pretend.
Well, because like I've heard of the idea and everything.
It's Mongolian
but
barbecue, I think is what they call it, or Mongolian grill or something. Maybe that's a name
and
of the
don't
place.
they cook in front of you?
Yes, they have this big circular griddle thing, and you basically go down the line and you pick which ingredients you want. You want the beef, and we'll add some corn in there. We'll add
just throw some veggies in
yeah,
there.
well, they got like everything. You know, I would always get the baby corn. And
I love baby corn.
yeah,
It's just something about it.
Yeah.
I love the baby corn.
Yeah, I'm tossing broccoli in there. I'm tossing bamboo shoots that are all diced up.
You're getting crazy.
And then you go over and they have a separate area where you get sauces. And you have to add at least 5 scoops of sauces, but your choice of which ones, and no more than 7. In my memory, maybe I'm wrong on the notes there.
I'm already anxious about this process.
But you have to add some sauces, or else it won't cook right. It'll get stuck to the griddle.
Yeah.
So, and they have everything from like a hoisin sauce, a Thai sauce, all the different types of sauces, and then there's also like ingredients of sauces like lime juice or sesame oil or curry oil, those kind of things.
And you build your sauce.
You can do that, or you can take the pre-made sauces, and like I would always do pre-made. I would add like 1 of the barbecue, 1 of the hoisin, 3 Thai peanut, and then just go crazy. And
that's too much for me socially.
And then
I'd freak out.
you bring the bowl. You're putting this all in a bowl.
Oh gosh.
Some people would do 2 bowls.
Oh, go for it.
Didn't have the guts. And then you hand it to the guy, and they toss it down on the thing, cook it, and they would be performative with it, sort of.
That's a loose buffet, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I miss it.
Oh, well, there's a really cool one that I went to recently. That offers sushi as well. I can't remember if it's little fish or tiny fish. We were talking about this earlier, how I merge things in my brain, my memories.
By earlier, you mean last week's episode?
Yes. Yeah, totally. Last week.
Not an hour ago.
Yes. But I can't remember. It's little fish or tiny fish, but it's in Racine, and it opened up recently, and it's pretty good. But they've got a sushi buffet. They've got just Chinese food and other stuff. So if you ever want a nice one, come on down.
I might have to.
But what was I going to say beforehand? Oh, it left my brain. This has been the food episode, and I totally enjoy it.
We're probably getting close to break time.
Yeah. Oh, we're past it. We're at 44 minutes. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Sorry. Talking about food. And here's some word from our sponsors.
Hello, ArtSpace podcast fans. This is Joseph from Draw Joseph Studio. Most of you know who I am. I have this fabulous world-class draw studio up in Racine at the Racine Business Center, 1405 16th Street. My studio is real easy to find. It's on the first floor on the east side, right inside the tunnel. If you know the Racine Business Center, it's a big, tall brick building, and there's a big Von Schrader on the east side of the building, and the tunnel's right underneath the Von. So come in the tunnel, first studio to your right. And on every Tuesday afternoon at 5:30, the gates open up, and at 6 p.m., I have a model posing. You're invited. It's free. Tip the model. Hope to see you there.
We're back. We're back.
We're back.
I get to bring you back this time.
You can. Yeah, I'll allow it. But watch yourself, Gunther.
Oh, gotcha.
I probably made that joke in the last Just Us.
I doubt it, but hey, whatever. We're having fun.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
So
We spent the entire first half talking about food, so we can either continue talking about food or diverge and go a different direction.
I don't know. I don't know.
I know what I want to talk about. This is something we've talked about off air.
Yeah.
Oh
gosh.
You're into Animal Crossing again. And her
Yes.
face lights up because
Yes.
her current passion. So this is the same game that came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You just rediscovered
Animal
it.
Crossing New Horizons.
Mhm.
So I played it a lot during obviously the pandemic and when we were on lockdown. And I praise the video game gods for launching it at the time that they did.
Oh, the timing was perfect.
Oh, perfect. I would have gone insane if it weren't for that video game. But I'm back into it and I've been playing it again.
Like on the same account, or did you start a new one?
Same account. So I've
Okay.
got all the villagers saying, "Oh my gosh, it's been 3.5 years since I've seen you." And it's like,
It really was that long?
Yeah, it was-
So you did, like, you only played it like a month or so, and then you stopped, or
no, I played a good chunk.
okay?
But like, it was like, I think 3 years. Not even. It wasn't even 3. Oh, I think it was 2 years and 3 months. Then maybe. Either way, I got all the villagers telling me, "Hey, who are you? I don't know who you are, and you've got cockroaches in your house, and your
Oh, yeah,
hair's
the
a mess.
cockroaches.
Deal with it." And so I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry. I'm dealing with it."
Stomp those roaches.
Yes.
And get back out there and start picking those cherries.
Oh yes, and picking all the weeds and
All the weeds.
yeah. So I've been redoing that, and I was in deep. I had so many design slots. Like I had a whole town arranged and like pathways laid out on the ground and everything. So many custom designs I did.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Like,
we could do that.
I was in Facebook groups. I was in like looking up on Pinterest. Like I was in.
You were like trying to get all the different fruits.
I'd be
and-
in a
yeah.
Facebook group. Yep. Someone saying like, "Oh,
I've
my
got
turnips."
peaches.
Yeah.
Who needs peaches?
Yeah. Or my turnips are like 800 bells, and
Oh yeah, with the stock market.
yeah. So I'd drop in. I'd go to strangers' islands and just be like, "Hey, I'm here to sell my turnips," and I was in deep.
Wow. And then you just cold turkey.
Yeah. Well, I slowed down. It was just like, all right, I need to leave that Facebook group. I'm getting bombarded with people saying like, I've got these things, that things, and I'm like, whatever. I've got those things. You're not cool anymore. I already have those things.
Oh, it was getting like a contest.
Well, not a contest of just like a lot of extra noise that I didn't need. It was just like, oh my gosh, I don't.
It's supposed to be relaxing.
Yeah. And I was just trying to chill and have my island and just chill out, you know. I was in the farming zone when I was just farming scorpions and
Oh, the scorpions.
Yeah,
and the
and the
tarantulas.
tarantulas. And just like I said, I was going in deep. But it just kind of hit me like a brick wall. I was just like, how would I just enjoy this? Take out that extra noise and just enjoy the game. And then it had a natural progression where I just slowly things in real life started to change and open up,
True, yeah.
and things started to make a shift. So I stopped playing as much, and then it just kind of weaned its way out.
But what brought you back?
I don't know. Something inside of me was just like,
Had it been eating away at you the whole time? Like, what's going on my island? What did you call your island?
Smithsonian.
Smithsonian?
Yeah.
Like the Smithsonian
Yes.
Museum?
Story.
Okay.
Alex and I shared that island. Alex and I went on our first date to the Smithsonian Museum
Oh.
in Chicago. And so when we shared that island, I was like, we should be cute and name it like after like
Aw.
the Smithsonian and everything. He hasn't been on it even longer than I have. So it's riddled with cockroaches. But we named it Smithsonia. And we've got all the fossils. We got everything maxed out for
Holy
the fossils.
moly. I don't think
Yeah.
we did that.
Oh yeah. I'm still trying to get bugs and everything because I've been away for so long,
And
and
they keep adding new ones.
yeah, and diving is a new thing, so I've been trying to catch
Well,
up on
this is
diving.
what this is. Okay, this
Yeah.
is an example of the funny stuff to me. You keep saying the other day when this is like a week or two ago when
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
playing it again. There's all this new stuff.
Yeah.
There's diving, and I'm like, that's not new. They added that like 2 years ago. Like,
Well, no, I knew about diving. Diving was when I kind of faded off.
okay,
I had a little bit of diving experience, and then I was like, life is.
okay.
I need to do adult things.
But there were other things where you're like, this is new, or you're like, the Blathers is there, and I'm like, they added him like a year and a half.
Brewster.
Like, Brewster, that's
yeah,
right.
Brewster.
Yeah, Brewster is in the museum with Blathers,
Mhm.
and I'm like, they added him like a long time ago, the coffee shop.
I was like,
And you're
Oops.
like, no, I guess he's not new.
Mhm.
Kind of new relative to,
When I stopped. But yeah, no, I'm deep in the lore. Well, not the lore, but I'm.
Are
deep-
you back at the same level that you were before?
No.
You're not back in groups, are you?
No,
Okay,
no.
good.
No.
Stay out of those groups.
Don't associate with him. But no, I'm not in deep, and it's actually been a week since I played. I don't know if
Okay.
I just needed that one moment or whatever.
Like, yeah, this could be it. You might be gone.
I don't know. It's weird. Weird how just even like we'll bring it back to art a little.
Yeah.
Just internally, something screams at you of just like, you need to do this.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, all right, I'll listen to your body
Yeah.
and brain. I'll do it. And
I'm like that with hobbies all the time.
It's-
I'm like that with knitting and crocheting.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
do it relentlessly for 3-4 months, and then
Mhm.
I'll stop for a year and not make a single thing,
Mhm.
and then I'll pick it up again.
It's just so weird
Honestly, I didn't
internally.
I haven't thought about this, but maybe that's why I don't consider myself an artist.
Mhm.
Like, you always say, oh, but you crochet and knit, and it's like, but I don't do it consistently. I
Mhm.
put it down, and then I don't for a long time, like a couple of years.
Dude,
sometimes.
I'm not painting every day or printing every day, and I still consider myself an artist.
I don't know.
I mean, I do struggle with that too, because sometimes I'll just, like before I had my big show here, I
Mhm.
had a moment of just like, I don't really feel like an artist
Right.
because I hadn't really made too much coming out of college and everything. I made a couple of things, but like, not.
You get that like
Yeah.
kind of imposter.
Yeah,
syndrome
yeah.
Going.
I don't want to get into it, but I'm feeling it real deep with the director stuff.
Oh.
I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I feel like a little baby. So it's been a battle with that. So
You shouldn't.
I know I shouldn't. And I'm just awful. I don't want to get deep, but I just have these moments and I'm just like, I could be doing more. And it's just like, no. And I have to keep slapping my hand, just like, no, stop and focus on what you're
Right.
currently doing.
Yes, everybody could always do more, but that is
Mhm.
at the sacrifice of the things you're doing well.
Yeah.
So I would say focus on doing a few things well as opposed to doing many things poorly
Yeah.
or just adequately.
That's my struggle because my brain's got like, oh, I've got these ideas and cool things. And it's just like, no. Write them down, put them in a notebook. It will have its time.
Yeah.
But just focus on what you're doing right now. And love you, Beth. She told me, she's like, you're going to get a lot of ideas, a lot of opportunities that things are going to come up. Do not say yes to all of them.
Yeah.
So that's like the biggest piece of information that she's kind of passed on to me.
Yeah, that's good
And,
advice. Thank
yeah.
you, Beth.
Yes, thank you. So I've been battling that recently. So maybe that's why I've kind of delved into the Animal Crossing as a moment of escapism,
Mhm.
and that's fine because that's what video games are for and
Yeah.
what you do. So
And that's a great one for it because it can be very relaxing and
Oh, yeah.
therapeutic.
yeah, now that I'm not in the groups and I'm just dealing with my island, it's been like, oh, I just get to do my own thing and
My video game of choice lately
Mhm.
I don't think it's nearly as therapeutic.
Well, before we delve into that, I made a market, like the harbor market in my game.
Okay, let's
I've
get
got
into
broken
this.
brain. I've got like a pottery stand, I've got a fruit stand, I've got like a plant stand.
Is this like do you have like a little plaza, like sort of area on your island? Yeah.
Mhm. Right by the museum. I even have a museum gift shop and everything.
Oh,
And like then a cafe that breaks off of it. Like it's crazy. I basically made like a little public museum and the harbor market because it's right by the
did you guys
sea.
like buy the little like stalls that you can buy?
And then I customized them all with different banners and everything.
Megan
So,
did the same thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to use it as a form of escapism, but I'm just putting my life into this game.
And now you're like, why don't I just go there in real life?
Yeah, it's like, I'm making a harbor market right now. Like there's a fountain and I'm nuts, but either way. So your recent video game, I know you've been playing Zelda.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
I beat the game, like technically, like I didn't 100% it and everything. I haven't really played much in the last like month, but I'm
I was about to say you've been talking about it less.
yeah. I thought it was good. I don't know why did I bring that up? Oh, because I don't think it's therapeutic.
Oh,
Stressful. It's scary. They made it like a scary game.
Oh no.
And you know my opinions on scary.
You said no scary.
No scary.
No.
I'm okay with like weird and like those kind of things, but where it's like with the jump
obscure
scares.
type stuff.
I
Yeah.
hate that. I don't want to give spoilers. Are you planning on playing this game?
No.
Okay. People at home, if you are playing Tears of the Kingdom and don't want spoilers, don't listen to this next part. Skip ahead.
Bye.
But they added this like monster this time that is so scary. It's got like hands coming out of the ground and the hands have eyes in them and it's all red. And then when you encounter one, like it turns into night and creepy music starts playing, like backwards talking and stuff. Yeah.
That's the one thing where I instantly get goosebumps and just chills if backwards talking or like broken speech or anything.
It's like a big
that.
theme of this game is like backwards singing. So yeah.
No.
And it sounds really cool.
That's my one thing.
If I just heard it, I'd be into it, but like seeing that thing is coming at me and it's very strong, hard to kill. You basically just have to run away.
Oh.
And yeah, it's like they made a horror game.
Oh my god.
Okay, no more spoilers. You're good now.
Hi, welcome back.
Yes.
But when we had Port of Fear on, they mentioned the movie Smile.
Okay.
It briefly mentioned. Jeanette said she did not like that movie.
Okay.
And so I was like, all right, Sydney and I have a movie night next week.
Oh.
I will watch Smile. Man, has that got me a little paranoid.
It's scary.
It's a little scary. Yeah.
It's the kind of scary where like, not just scary in the moment, but like you keep thinking back to it.
Yeah. There's some moments where I'm just like, oh my gosh, they really showed that. They showed some things where I was like, whoa.
Oh, so it's like visually scary.
Visually, and the concept is that basically someone, this is going to get a little graphic and that's okay. Just letting you know. Someone comes up and kills themselves in front of you. And then that passes on kind of the spirit.
Okay.
Because it feeds on trauma.
It's kind of like a Ring thing going on there where like you're sentenced like because of something you saw.
So there was an instance where someone was like a woman was pumping gas at a gas station and then a guy just took some like gardening shears and just killed himself in front of her. And so like unalived himself in front of her. Right. And so it's that trauma of that event, the gruesome event that this thing passes on to you. And it just like follows you and it haunts you and it's got this smile. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I'm a little paranoid. But I need to get over it 'cause it's fake. It's fake.
It's just a movie.
I know. So
yeah, I would be scared by that.
Yeah. Well, in my moments of just thinking too of like, I do have another job. I clean commercial offices and I'm in the middle of the night. Well, not in the middle of the night. It's dark out. I'm cleaning this building by myself. It gets very creepy sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like, I'm just a woman alone in the night. And so I just have these moments of just like
real life scary.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, but mixing that then with the movie that I saw currently. So
Yeah.
it just needs to subside, and it's okay. Cool. Yes. So,
I'm thinking back to that episode now, and I brought up one horror movie that is usually considered a horror movie that I really like. And when I mentioned it, like nobody really talked about it, but
What
like
was
I am obsessed with this movie, The Lighthouse.
oh, I love that movie.
You've seen this?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
He's killing a seagull.
I love it like so much. Like I love it more. I don't know
Something about it.
this was a couple years ago, I guess, when I saw it, but I was so obsessed by it. I watched it like 3 times in a row.
It's a weird film.
And I don't think I like it because it's weird. I mean, I like that part. It's weird in a good way.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
Thought provoking.
Yeah.
And like allegorical in a lot of ways. But the part I liked the most was the accents. Willem Dafoe doing the old salty sea dog. Just like, oh man, his speech that he gives. I will watch that on YouTube all the time.
Willem Dafoe Lighthouse monologue.
Like I have parts of it memorized.
Oh my god!
It starts with bellow, bid our father the sea king rise from the depths, full foul in his fury, black waves of slithering salt foam and teeming tentacle. And then I forget. But
Oh my gosh!
and there's like segments of it that like I are always going through my head when he's like, take up his fell befinned arm, his coral tine trident gleams.
Oh my god!
I had it all memorized at one point.
Oh my gosh! I need
But
a.
he has like this like soliloquy at one point where he's like a monologue, I guess you call it,
Yeah.
and it's so good. I love the writing.
I'm monologuing.
Yeah, I love the writing. I love his accent, and Robert Pattinson does a very good job too. But he's like a less experienced wiki, which is like the term for like a lighthouse keeper, which
Really?
I love that word, like WICKIE, because
Really?
they like light the wick,
Yeah.
they maintain the wick,
Wow.
so they call it. And he says it in the movie. He's like, you're not a wiki, like, and yeah. Anyway, but he's like less experienced, so he's like doesn't have that like tradesman accent.
And to have
But Willem Dafoe, so good.
and mermaids.
Yeah,
And mermaids.
But I could do a whole podcast on that accent.
The lighthouse.
just Willem Dafoe's accent and speeches in the lighthouse.
I have another friend too, he's obsessed with the lighthouse.
Yeah, good.
Too. Yeah, you're not alone.
Oh, good.
Yes, yeah. I'll have to introduce you to Mason at some point.
I like him already.
Yes. He references the lighthouse all the time in our group chat. So,
Well, just go up to him and be like, bellow, bid our father, the sea king, rise from the depths. I won't do it again.
yeah. But speaking of scary stuff, because we're in that scary stuff
Getting there. Getting there.
Yeah.
Or I thought you were just going to say like time of year.
That too. I'm all for it. Love fall. Let's go for
It's
it.
coming. It's almost September.
I can't wait. If the first leaf hits ground, I'm going to cry.
2 days after we record this,
Yes.
it's going to be like 100.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Anyway.
Wait. But when I was a kid, there was points in time where I'd travel a little bit with my stepdad's work and everything. So we were staying in this hotel, and The Ring was playing.
Oh.
It was in the middle of the night. Parents fell asleep, and it was on the TV, and it was The Ring. And I was watching it as a little kid.
Why?
Did
you know it was going to be scary, or you just like, you're like, oh, something's on?
Yeah, something's on.
Okay.
It was like, I don't know where the remote is, and they're asleep. So whatever they fell asleep with watching, it just continued to play because it's in a hotel. And I'm just like, I don't know where the remote is. I guess I'll try and fall back asleep. But The Ring is on. And it was from the beginning. I was like, okay, whatever. This seems like a normal kind of movie, whatever. I jumped into it and then watched it, and I was horrified for 2 weeks. I had to shower.
Yeah.
I had to shower with the door open because I was afraid that I was going to get sucked down the drain.
Oh.
I was afraid I couldn't swim in the hotel pool because I was like, Mom, she's going to get me through the drain. And so for the longest time, I was just horrified of water for like 2 weeks straight as a kid.
I've not seen The Ring. I
Oh.
know like a little bit about it because
Yeah.
it's like referenced and stuff,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
I didn't know the water thing.
Yeah.
I
I
know
was
she
like
climbs
8.
out of a well. Is that the
it was
water?
the Ring 2. It might have been the Ring 2.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that either. So
I think it has to do something with like a bathtub or something. But either way, I was like 8 or 9 when it happened.
Oh,
I was
man.
just horrified. Anything water. I was like, I don't want to shower. I'm gonna die. So yeah, that was
when
my
I think of like the being afraid to shower, that most people got that from like Psycho. That's like a very famous scene
Yeah,
in cinema
Stabby.
history.
or not take a bath because of Friday the 13th.
Did you know that Psycho is based on a Wisconsin person?
Really?
Do you know this story? Like the
No.
bad guy in Psycho, like part of the inspiration for that came
From
from
Wisconsin.
Ed Gein. Have you heard
Oh
of
yeah,
Ed
I know
Gein?
Ed Gein.
Yeah.
Yeah. So duh.
They say
Having a moment.
Psycho, also
Mhm.
Silence of the Lambs,
Mhm.
and a Texas Chainsaw Massacre all draw inspiration from him,
Ed Gein.
which
Yeah.
is a bad claim to fame for Wisconsin because he was a bad guy. But
Yeah. I used to be really into true crime. Like
okay, I kind of am. I'll admit it.
I was huge into it, and podcasts, documentaries,
Mhm.
any kind of thing like that. I was trying to consume it, and I don't know why. So I've kind of banned myself from true crime for a little.
Probably a smart idea.
Yeah, it was just like making me paranoid as a person,
Yeah.
and like it was making me unhappy hearing all this sadness all the time. And I realized like
Yeah.
these sad, depressing stories, I'm gonna be sad. Like all of like from 2020 to 2021, I was still working at RAM, and I was cleaning there, and I would listen to those podcasts, and I'm just like, why? I'm sad. This is making me sad. I'm listening
Stop doing that.
Yeah, like stop doing this. It's making you sad.
I haven't done the podcasts. Maybe that's what's saving me because I
God,
like
don't.
YouTube videos. I love documentaries.
And I could still take those like a YouTube documentary.
But there's something about a podcast that's a little more intimate because you like carry it with you and you're like
Mhm.
integrating it into your life.
Yeah.
Instead of like sitting down, watching it, and then being done.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of what it is. But
Mhm.
I don't. Doesn't stress me out like watching a true crime thing. I almost think I kind of look like, well, at least I didn't get murdered. Like, hey, I did. I did better than I shouldn't say did better, but like I got luckier than that guy. You know, so
Yeah.
he got murdered. I didn't. So hey, things could be worse. You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of my. I don't know. Call me an optimist.
But yeah, I was in deep with the true crime stuff.
Good. Stay away.
Yes.
You're better.
Mhm.
off without
Yes, I have to keep telling myself I'm better. I'm better without it.
it. Sorry, I brought up Ed Gein.
No. It got to a point though, like I was watching documentaries about things that, like I'd listen to podcasts,
Mhm.
about like the Night Stalker,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I'd watch the documentary, and then Alex would be with me watching me, and I'd be telling him about the things before the documentary and like the craziness and everything, and it was just like I had a moment with just like me and him when I was doing that, and I'm like, this is not healthy.
Yeah.
I should probably stop. Like,
Call.
yeah. So, yeah, it was getting bad.
I think I'm gonna go on my road trip. I'm gonna go through the town that Ed Gein was from, not on purpose.
Okay.
But
Oopsies.
I didn't tell. We talked a little bit about my upcoming road trip with in the Amy episode
Mhm.
last week, but
In
I didn't
October.
mention the like one of my main themes of it because I thought I would make her think I'm too nerdy.
Mm.
But I'm gonna go to all the counties in Wisconsin that I haven't been to before.
No, I think that's cool.
I have a running list of all the counties I've been to. There's 72 counties.
Ooh.
And I decided I can knock off all of them if I go in this very specific pattern.
Zigzagging a little.
Yeah, and that's why it's. If you listen back to that episode, I think I mentioned where I'm going exactly. Unless that was off air, that might have been off air.
I can't remember.
In which case, you'll never know.
It was a blur.
But I'm going in a very specific path to go to all these counties, and
Mhm.
one of the counties I need to go to is, I believe, Adams County, which is where Plainfield is,
Ooh.
which is.
The place.
Yeah. And it's right in the corner, or it's very near to a corner of a county that I need to like nick off, and in order to say that I've been there, I think it's Adams. But yeah, so
Well, there you go.
It just makes most sense for me to drive through there. And the immediate thing I thought of when I drew it with a highlighter on the map that I'm literally physically drawing on because I'm like that.
That's okay.
Oh, Ed.
You've got a million of them.
Literally.
You highlight it. Ooh, Ed.
Yeah. I'm
Ooh,
like,
big Ed.
well, I mean, I could go around. I don't have to go there. It's going to be in October.
Very
Spooky
fitting.
month. But I don't think they do any sort of celebration. I hope they don't. Gosh, just put that behind you guys.
Yeah. You can move past it now.
Try to.
Aye.
Let's talk about something else so we don't end this on a down note.
Yeah, not a Debbie Downer.
Food again.
50th
We've done
episode.
50 episodes.
Yes, we're patting ourselves on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Love you guys. Thank you for supporting us,
Yeah,
listening, tuning in.
it's been a blast.
And we really, really enjoy doing this. We do this in our spare time.
Yeah.
And we just contact people and say, hey,
Yeah.
you want to chit chat?
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
I got a list of people I'm supposed to email and have not. That's my job.
You haven't opened that Google Drive document in a minute.
Part of me, every time we do a Just Us, thinks, ooh, I failed.
No. This is a celebration of the 50th episode.
Yeah. This one was on purpose.
Yes. So, but we appreciate you joining us along for the ride. And yeah, we couldn't do this without you. And this is a labor of love and just kind of a level of, hey, we want to connect to the community as much as possible. So
Even if nobody
this.
listened, it's still doing us some good.
Yeah.
And we're enjoying, I'm learning,
Oh,
as we know, as
I'm
I point
learning.
out every episode, I'm learning. So it's been
Yeah.
a blast.
And I truly appreciate it. It's just a moment to connect with other artists and bring them to the gallery and just say, hey, hi, how are you doing? Let's get some feedback on your story, your process, and
a lot of them
what
have
do you
never
think?
been here before, and they really, I love watching their reactions when they walk around and see all the art.
yeah, just have a moment of like, whoa,
Yeah,
like, yeah, come into a gallery. We've got
we're here.
some amazing people here. So it's almost like I feel like we're converting them. Just
Yeah.
the Lemon Street Gallery
Right.
way.
Yeah. If it takes them being on a podcast to do it, so be it.
Yes.
We'll be that podcast.
But yeah, it's just been a very wonderful experience. So can't wait for 50 more,
Yeah.
100 more.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So very
I
excited.
gotta send some emails.
We gotta get
If we gotta get 50 more guests, holy moly!
get on that Google Doc, dude.
Yikes! So yeah.
Well, here's to 50 more. Cheers.
My glass is empty.
Yes. Ting. But yeah, we appreciate you guys, and you already know at this point where you can find us.
Yeah.
Social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of the platforms, the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. You find us. And our Facebook group. Join us. Have a chit chat.
Yeah. It seems like it's been picking up. I
Yeah,
see a
we've
lot
got,
of posts
like-
over there.
I'm gonna check right now. You stall.
The Marvelous Makers and the Art Appreciators. That's the name of our group, and it's great for stalling because it's a very long name. But
Mhm.
we say it at the start of every episode.
Oh yeah. You think we just have one?
Yeah. I don't even consciously say it anymore. It just comes out.
Yeah, we weirdly just look at each other and bounce it back when we say it because it's just oh, I need to know when to talk the rhythm.
The other day I was trying to come up with the address for Lemon Street, and then I'm like, Shelby has said it 49 times to my face.
4601
4601. Yeah, okay.
Sheridan Road.
I just can't remember that.
We have 157 members
Wow.
and Marvelous Makers and Art
Well,
Appreciators.
that's a lot of wonderful people.
Yes.
A lot of marvelous people
makers.
and art appreciators.
Yes. So
So yeah, check us out there.
yeah.
Participate.
Yeah. Just stay in the loop of what's going on in the area. I try to do my damnedest if I see something.
You do a great job.
Thank you. I try, and whenever I see an opportunity or an event or something in the arts realm, I try my best to just share it over there and get it out there. So, and we have not forgotten about Art Buddies.
That's coming.
Yeah, we'll work on it. things just need to chill out a little in our lives, and we can get that going. But yeah, we appreciate you for tuning in, and
Thank you.
yeah. So here's to 50 more, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Depression, addiction, the thrill that you seek. Our restlessness cage is the fire we need. We're here to inspire.